Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Today we are jumping into the festival playlist and the final season of Series 39, which is Spring. We're taking on this week's FORZA Challenges grand prize with all important 200 FORZA points and the much needed percentage was the festival playlist. If you happen to be new around here, definitely consider subscribing. A like rating would be much appreciated. And let's jump into this week's FORZA Challenges. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a weekly FORZA Challenge video from me if I didn't mention Lake Lodge. Do you own it? If not, why not? It will double all FORZA points for all FORZA activities, daily FORZA Challenges, weekly FORZA Challenges, and FORZA Lives every hour on the hour. This house is quite expensive at 5 million credits, or it's free with the VIP pass. Now, for this week's FORZA Challenges grand prize, we're going to be in modern sports cars. There are plenty to choose from in this category. I've gone ahead and upgraded and tuned 4 of them: the 2011 Lotus Evora S, the 2019 Porsche 911 Carrera S, the 2015 Porsche Cayman GTS, and the 2013 Toyota GT86. But to kick things off, we'll be jumping in the Lotus Evora S. 1,212 horsepower and 4-wheel drive, can be picked up in the auto show for 43,000 credits. If you'd like to use any of the tunes showed in today's video, just search for gamertag Skippy4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Share codes are in description and in the comments below. Now, before we jump into this week's FORZA Challenges grand prize, we'll be taking a look at the FORZA Shop, the Horizon backstage vote, and the Super 7 reward. But first, up for grabs in this week's spring season, the 50% completion is one Horizon Backstage pass to spend at Horizon Backstage. The 80% completion, the Alpine A110 2017. For this week's online trial, Porsche Cup, you'll be grabbing the Porsche Cayenne, or the Porsche Pepper, I like to call it. For the playground games or the spring games, you'll be grabbing the Dabamo, well worth unlocking that. The 3 season championships, the back to the 90s, you'll be grabbing the Ferrari F50. The Holden to your hats, you'll be grabbing the Holden VL Group A. And for the Spring Developer Championship, the Ford Raptor 2011. With all that being said, let's head on over to the FORZA Shop and check out this week's goodies. And here it is, this week's FORZA Shop. For those of you that love to get sideways, the first car for grabs, the 2007 Formula Drift 509 GTB, 599 FORZA points. Second car for grabs, the 1995 Nissan Nismo GTR LM 4th Edition, 250 FORZA points. We've got Golden Brogues, and in the Hall of the Mountain King car horn, which sounds a little bit like this. 75 FORZA points for each of those. And as always, if you're feeling lucky and got any spare FORZA points knocking around, you can grab yourself a normal wheel spin for 100 FORZA points. Or you can nab yourself a super duper wheel spin for 300 FORZA points. Now, if for whatever reason you don't own the Nissan Nismo GTR LM 4th Edition and you really want it for your collection, jump into the Nissan R390, which can be picked up from the auto show for 730,000 credits. Head on into Car Mastery, and in the top right hand corner for 99 skill points you can purchase the Nissan Nismo GTR LM 4th Edition, saving you a bunch of FORZA points. As for the Ferrari Formula Drift 509 GTB, a very good drift car, very worth the 600 FORZA points, going for around 6 million in the auction house right now. That price will obviously drop as the week goes on and more people grab this car, whack it in the auction house, trying to make some credits, but still a very good car for 600 FORZA points. And with that being said, let's head on over to Horizon Backstage and check out this week's vote. Now, last week's Horizon Backstage vote was a tough one. The McLaren 600 LT up against the McLaren 720S Spider. The McLaren 600 LT came out on top and is now available for purchase in Horizon Backstage. This week's Horizon Backstage vote sees the Koenigsegg CCGT go up against the BMW E92 M3 GTS. The Koenigsegg CCGT is a very good car for PR stunts, and the BMW E92 M3 GTS is just a very cool car. Indeed, great fun to get sideways. Let me know in the comments which one you're voting for. Let's head on over to Super 7 and check out this week's reward. Now, I'm not sure if the rewards are starting to cycle round. We have seen the GMC Typhoon as a reward in Super 7 before, but to add it to your garage, complete these 7 challenge cars within Horizon Super 7. Now back to the playlist, take on this week's FORZA challenges. Here we go then, this week's FORZA challenges Grand Prize, Chapter 1, Purse Strings, own and drive any modern sports car. Using your chosen modern sports car, hop outside your festival, house or castle, drive 2 seconds down the road. Purse strings completed. With Chapter 1 purse strings completed, it is on to Chapter 2, the wind in your sails. Get a feel for the speed of your modern sports car by clocking 3 stars at the Moorhead Wind Farm speed trap. Now we're going to jump on into our map and then we're going to filter by speed traps, make it a little bit easier to see and find. The Moorhead Wind Farm is located just south of the Moorhead Wind Farm on this great big stretch of road here, and we're looking for a 3-star objective, 240 miles an hour. Now for Chapter 2, this is where my 4 tunes come into play. These are the 4 cars that can reach 240 miles an hour in the modern sports car category. Now it is worth mentioning, I do actually have a video on the channel showcasing all 4 cars completing that speed trap at 240 miles an hour or more. I'll link to it in description below. Here we go then, 240 miles an hour for the Moorhead Wind Farm speed trap in a Lotus Evora, which happens to be a modern sports car. Of course it's raining, just make things a little bit more difficult. Now set a waypoint on the camera, it's going to be a bit of a braking zone for that corner, and from there onwards you want to be full power, full send. Do not lift, keep that power on as much as you can up into 5th gear. Come on Lotus Evora, ignoring this braking line, straight line it all the way through, and through the camera, 247.55, 3 stars. And in the wind in your sails completed. With Chapter 2, the wind in your sails completed, not muddling up my words. This time it's on to Chapter 3, Are You a Wizard? Earn an air skill and a pass skill at the same time to earn an airborne pass skill while racing your modern sports car. Not as easy as it sounds. Now once again, for this chapter, we are heading on into the map and we're going to be filtering by the cross-country series. And we're going to be using a race at the Greendale airstrip called Airborne Cross-Country Circuit. Where of course, I've created a cheeky blueprint for you guys to use. It is called Airborne Cross-Country Circuit. It is 10 laps long to give you the best amount of time to get that airborne pass skill. If you'd like to use it, search the gamertag Skippy4631 or use the share code 171621928. Now, as this challenge is already quite difficult, I'm going to be putting it on New Racer because it doesn't affect FORZA challenges and it's going to make getting that airborne pass skill that little bit easier. Here we go then. Now, at the start of the race, you're going to start in 4th place if you're on New Racer. Let the other driver cars go past and then latch on to the back. Make sure you're staying with a group of 3 or 4 of them. If you fall a little bit behind, don't worry, you've got a little bit of time to catch up. And this is the part of the race you want to be using. There are some ramps going over some containers. Get your foot down, head off the ramp, and you should get a pass skill and an airborne skill all at the same time. Keep an eye on the top of the screen, 1 airborne pass skill. Now somehow I actually completed that chapter, Are You a Wizard, on the way to those ramps. I'm not sure how I did it, but somehow I did. I'll have a screenshot of the notification on screen now. But that is Chapter 3, Are You a Wizard, completed. I made it look a little bit easier than it was, but remember, rewind is your friend. You can keep doing that corner over and over again, or you can use all 10 laps. Once you've done it, you don't have to complete the race. You can just quit, or if you want the credits and influence, go ahead, complete the 10 laps. But Chapter 3, Are You a Wizard, completed. On to our 4th and final chapter, Paddock Pass. Make a name for yourself by achieving 2 podium finishes in road racing series events with your modern sports car. For the final time this week, I promise we are heading on into the map, and this time filtering by the road racing series, making it a little bit easier to see and find. And we're going to be using this race right here, the Meadows Sprint, located just north of Bamberg Castle. Where of course I've got a cheeky blueprint if you guys want to use it. Grand Prize FORZA Chapter 4 is the name, 0.3 miles in length to make it nice and quick, nice and easy. Just ignore that it is in the winter season, it will still work. If you want to use it, search for gamertag Skippy4631 or use the share code 175 000 131. Here we go then, race number 1. Let's let it rip in the GT86. Driver tire's taking a cheeky right. There's the finish line. First place. Here we go then, race number 2. Once again, the driver tire's taking a cheeky right. We're heading straight on and across the line. First place. And with Chapter 4 Paddock Pass completed, that is this week's FORZA Challenges Grand Prize completed, bagging us 200 FORZA points and the much needed 15% towards the spring season. If you have any questions about the weekly FORZA Challenges or FORZA Horizon 4 in general, do hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. And if you are new, definitely consider subscribing. We'll be completing the rest of the festive repairs live here on the channel in the next couple of days. But as always, stay safe. Thanks for watching. A like rating will be much appreciated, and have an awesome day.